Hello students, I welcome you all. Today we are going to study the animal kingdom. The first phylum that we are going to cover is phylum Porifera. I have written here general characteristics and habit and habitat is the one that we have started. So habit and habitat means what is exactly the location where they are residing. So first of all, they are sessile. Sessile means they cannot move. They are fixed at one place. They cannot move, and mostly they are marine. Okay, and a few you will find in fresh water as well. A very common example is spongilla. Spongilla is commonly known as a freshwater sponge. Okay, now the level of organization is cellular because these are the aggregate of cells. So cellular level of organization you will find in Porifera. Then germ layers. Germ layers we have already discussed, diploblastic or triploblastic. So they don't have any germ layer. Coelom they are acoelomate, means coelom is not there. And body plan, they are cellular aggregation. There is no definite body plan present. Okay, now talking about the symmetry. So they are asymmetrical. They don't have, radial. All of them, they don't have the radial or bilateral symmetry, but few of them you will find radial symmetry. But most of them, they are asymmetrical. But still I'm mentioning here few radial symmetry. Now, talking about the segmentation, whether body is divided or not, so there is no segmentation and there is no notochord is found in them. Now, other characteristics like digestion. So, digestive system is not there, but if question asks what type of digestion is found in poriferans, then you will write intracellular digestion. The digestion is occurring inside the cell. It is not occurring outside the cell. Extracellular is not there. Like is found in our body, in human body, there is extracellular digestion. Their digestion is intracellular. It is occurring inside the cell. Respiratory system, proper respiratory system is absent in them. But how they respire? They respire via water canal system. It's a most important property found. It is a characteristic property found in these poriferans. We will study it later. So it happens via water canal system. Now circulatory system is again, it is absent in poriferans, and excretory system is also absent in these poriferans. All these important property will be carried out by water canal system only. Nervous system is absent. They are very primitive, so but proper nervous system is not there. Now reproduction. Reproduction is very important property, and obviously they multiply, they reproduce. So there is mode of reproduction in them. A proper reproductive system is absent in them, but reproduction can be asexual, it can be sexual. And very important point is that they are hermaphrodite, means the same individual will carry both the sex organs. Such individuals are known as hermaphrodite or bisexual. Okay, so both sexes is found in same, they are bisexual, and reproduction can be sexual as well as bisexual, asexual and sexual. So sexual you will find because the same individual is carrying both the sexes, but they will fertilize the egg of the other sponge. Asexual, the important property is a fragmentation. Via fragmentation, they will reproduce asexually. And so these sexes or the sperms will be carried out by water currents only to different sponge, and this is how they will reproduce sexually. Now let's talk about the other property of sponges, which is fertilization. Fertilization is occurring inside the body. That is why I'm writing internal fertilization is found in them. And development is indirect, means the larva which is formed inside the body, that larva does not represent or does not resemble the adult form. That is why it is indirect. So there is a dissimilarity between the larva and the adult, and this type of development is known as indirect development. Now let's study it in diagram form. As I have drawn it, it is a flask like a structure, somewhat you can say, and there is two shades I have drawn. One is blue out on the outer side and another is orange on the inner side, and there are small points. So the gap which is present, these gap are known as ostia. Plural is ostia and singular is ostium. It's a small pore. The whole body of sponge is having pores via which the water come inside. So these openings are known as ostium. The blue shade that I have drawn here, it is known as layer which is pinacoderm layer, outer layer. Okay. Now the inner layer, which is represented with orange color, this inner layer is known as choanoderm because it is made up of choanocyte cells, or it is also called as collar cells, and these cells are flagellated. The black dots you can see, these are the flagella which is present in the collar cells or the choanocytes. So this is the inner layer because these flagellas will help the water currents to move, and via which a lot of important properties they will occur, like reproduction, like their respiration, like their circulation via the water canal system. And the cavity present in between these sponges is known as spongocoel. So I am writing the pathway of the water, how which water is going to enter via ostia. It will come inside this inner cavity called spongocoel, and it will go outside via this opening. That opening is known as osculum. So from ostia to spongocoel, and then to osculum, and then to outside. This pathway is known as water canal system. Okay, once again, so this is water is coming via ostia. It is entering into the cavity which is known as spongocoel. It is going out via osculum, and this is known as water canal system. It is not like water vascular system found in echinoderm. Very important point. Water vascular system is also performing locomotion, but this water canal system is performing a lot of different things. It is helpful in respiration, it is helpful in circulation, in reproduction, and all that thing. Okay, so this is very important. Now let's talk about some endoskeleton part. As you can see, this is the outer layer, pinacoderm, and this is the inner layer, choanoderm, and these orange cells are the choanocytes having flagella in them. Okay, and in between these two layers you will find the presence of some brown. I have represented with brown color. Okay, so these are the endoskeleton. Okay, here I am mentioning a flagella. Flagella is present in the choanocytes. Now spicules are present. Okay, so this is the ostia by which water is going to come inside. Okay, this is coming inside. It will go outside by osculum, passing through the spongocoel. Now these are known as the endoskeletal part. Here I have represented, these are like kind of triangle, not triangle, sorry, they are kind of three sides you can see. So these are the endoskeleton part. I am representing it with the brown color, and these endoskeleton can be siliceous, it can be calcareous. It is made up of calcium carbonate. So their shape is like some star shaped, the spicules. And if they are in the form of network, then we will use the word spongin fiber. So the endoskeleton can be spicule or spongin fibers. Now here we will study about the reproduction section. In the reproduction, like I told you that reproduction, it is both sexual and asexual. The first Let's talk about the asexual reproduction, which is fragmentation. Okay, so this is what, like, birds have fallen down from this particular sponge. The birds are being, they are present in the water. They are formed from the parent sponge only, and then these birds will develop into a new sponge. So this is how from the main parent sponge you will find a lot of new different sponges. So this is what asexual reproduction is. Now talking about the sexual reproduction. As like I told you that they are hermaphrodite. Both the sexes are present in the same individual, so they are bisexual. But during the sexual reproduction, they will fertilize a different sponge. It is not that they are going to fertilize within themselves, but they are going to fertilize a different sponge. So there are the sperms. This particular one sponge, it will release sperms via osculum. These sperms are going to enter into a different sponge and fertilize the egg of different sponge and form larva. This is going to fertilize this particular egg. And larva will be formed, that I will represent with blue color. Okay, so this is first of all the embryo will form, and after that larva will form. And this larva will go outside via osculum. It will come in water and it will develop into a new sponge. So this all is happening via sexual reproduction. Okay, this is a new sponge which is formed. So we have studied about this poriferans, very important property, water canal system, which is actually serving a lot of different other functions. Okay, so let me write down here, these are the sperms and this is the egg. And because the fertilization is taking place inside the body of another sponge, and that is why the fertilization is internal. Now let's talk about some examples. Like this A is your Steichen sponge and spongula.